उनसे जाके कह दो इस दिल को इस्तेमाल ना करें, लेट जिस रेत पे है उससे ही दीवार ना भरे.
Hello and welcome. You heard that. Singer and songwriter Justh returns with Unse Jaake Kehdo, and he has just given you a glimpse of his heartfelt songwriting. Someone who's known to explore the theme of love, pain, letting go, and redemption, blending emotional vulnerability really with gentle, acoustic-driven melody. Justh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for this exclusive interaction with NDTV.
Thank you.
I'd like to begin by asking you, take us through what led to Unse Jaake Kehdo.
Yeah, so Unse Jaake Kehdo, first of all, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate you having me here, and really good to be in your new office. So Unse Jaake Kehdo has been sort of a journey for me, especially since the song came out of my last song, Chor, which did quite well. I wanted to spend some time with myself and truly go deeper into myself and explore what is it that really I want to say, and not what the world around wants me necessarily to express. What is the truth within me that wants to get expressed in this very moment? And that is, I think, Unse, and I think Unse Jaake Kehdo has been sort of like, it's a multiple layer process for Unse Jaake Kehdo, like it is for a lot of my songs. So Unse Jaake Kehdo began in a certain emotion, and then it took a whole lot of journey for that song to come to fruition.
I remember you saying the same thing about Chor as well, right? So is it a journey that you really go through every time you're writing, you're exploring unsaid emotions?
I think so, because personally, like for me, I'll tell you the motivation of why I'm doing music. It comes to like that inherent base layer question. Why I'm doing music in the first place is to explore something within me, like for my own journey as a human being. And I genuinely believe it. And the proof is in the pudding of that I'm not released any music in the last 1 year, and especially if the song worked, I could have easily capitalized. I had like multiple opportunities to do things around that. But for me, the joy lies in, I think the long-term objective of doing this is the fact that I can go deeper into myself, explore things that I won't normally be able to explore, and then go deeper into it, figure out ways to express that. And the abstract chase is a magic, and that's a very abstract reality. It's like I'm not chasing numbers in the sense that I'm not chasing that I have to put X number of songs in my life and I have to be this or that. For me, this chase is that I have to be part of like creation of magic, and magic is just something that I can feel, because if I feel a certain sense of an abstract magic in my creation, that is where that joy lies for me. And magic is such a abstract thing that it might take 5 minutes for it to achieve, or it might take 2 years. And either of these things do not matter for me, because I personally and I genuinely believe that I am here for a really long time, and I think I'm going to be here, I'm going to be doing a lot of interesting stuff as my journey progresses. But the only constant that drives me is the state of magic, and that journey sometimes takes time. Sometimes it's a journey to explore, and it is also a song to song thing. So I cannot categorize myself as this guy who takes this long, but it can be, based on the song. And I think for me, like I said, this feeling, which is a very subtle feeling, is what I'm always chasing and trying to achieve with my music.
Right, and for those wondering, look, is Unse Jaake Kehdo then a heartfelt ballad about love, pain, redemption, and exploring all your unspoken emotions? What would you say? Because, you just said that writing your songs is a reflection of a whole journey, is a reflection of your emotions at the time when the journey begins to when the journey ends.
Absolutely.
So what would you say to those who are now trying to, have their own analysis of the song?
I think that is always welcome. Like I told you the last time, that is always welcome, and I've always believed that that is one of the true purposes of art. Even like say in Unse Jaake Kehdo is still a pretty direct in the sense of lyrical, there is a direct statement, but it's still open to how you would perceive that song. It might not be how you interpret the song, but it would be how you kind of perceive the song and what it makes you feel. And I am of the opinion that the more a person listens to this song, the more the layers would peel off, and they would kind of go deeper into their own emotions, more than like the emotions of what the song is actually meaning. This time my attempt has been that people find
Dig
deeper
deeper.
things about themselves, or like feelings arise out of themselves when they listen to the song. So yeah, I mean, I would it would be a great thing when people make the song their own and they have their own feelings around the song. That would be like a very I think I would really resonate with that. Yeah.
Is that intentional and a pattern, just like the use of nature and props repeatedly in your songs as part of a consistent theme?
I mean, that's for you to decide, and I'm quite amazed and impressed that you are kind of figuring out patterns. I do not see things like that. That's like my truth. I don't think I don't like to categorize myself in any box, because tomorrow I might do something completely different. It's just for me about chasing something, what I'm feeling instinctively in the moment. And definitely, when you talk about nature and things or elements of nature, I really feel as if I am part of nature, and I genuinely do. And I believe that my music is also coming from nature, because to go slightly deeper, I don't think so that I am necessarily the creator of my music. I mean, I am the creator. There is nobody else. I'm not like copying songs from any place. But I'm saying creator in the sense that you receive music in a certain flow. So I can sit here and write like 1,000 songs in the next 2 hours just because I have improved my craft on that. But still, for something to be like have a certain magic around it, you have to be in a state of being able to receive that. And when you receive something, you necessarily don't have ownership of it. So the more I am diving deep into my art, I am realizing that it is like something that you receive like like a rainfall, or like, you know, any beautiful part of nature. So I am of the opinion that songs, especially for me, are essentially parts of nature. So it is but organic for those songs to be in nature in some sense.
Right. Take us through behind the scenes of shooting the music video. What were your thoughts at the time?
Yeah. So the music video has also been a big journey for the song. So I, along with like the director of the music video, Prince Shah, we were jamming on the concept for a long time. Like because I wanted the concept of the video to be very simple, yet it should have like a very international quality to it in terms of the visual landscape, in terms of how it feels and how it like makes an audience feel. And so we spent a lot of time to just like crack the feeling of the film. For me, it's always the feeling. And so Unse Jaake Kehdo, the music video, conceptually is like very simple, but it's still, there are, like I said, for me the excitement is that there are layers to peel off within that music video. And we've been very fortunate with the entire crew that came on board, like the DOP, Jakr, the editor, Sahib, and so many people, the color gradist and the entire production crew. So many people were involved in this music video. So it all just aligned. And yeah.
So where all did you shoot this video?
There's actually a funny story, I'll tell you. It's not a funny story, but it is. I am a person who's a believer that the universe shall guide me through the right path. So the concept that we had earlier figured out was that instead of, so right now the film is about the choice between the withered roses and the fresh new roses.
Right.
Initially, our concept was like the dead roses or the withered roses. I'll peel off the layers of that, and the film would start in a desert. And then I would go, as the film progresses, to the greens. And we were planning to shoot it in Kutch.
Okay.
And everything was locked. The crew was locked. And we were going to shoot in Kutch, 30 kilometers from the border, and just before the day we were going to shoot, the war started to happen, like the India-Pakistan
Right.
conflict,
Right.
and there was no possibility for us to shoot there. And I personally kind of took that as a sign also for my journey that maybe it's not meant to be like that, because I had no option but to shoot in that window because my crew was available then. And then we changed the concept a little bit, and the entire shoot was done in a studio in Mumbai, and then also in like very interesting parts of Kerala which are difficult to find. It's
Okay.
like we spent a lot of time figuring out places that are very surrealistic and that have a unique texture to their own. Like every location that you see in the video has a very distinct character. So most of it was shot in Kerala. We were fortunate to have like a great crew in Kerala who helped us scout those locations. But yeah, so most of the video was shot in Kerala and in Mumbai in the studio.
All right. So just those wondering, okay, who has inspired you throughout your musical journey?
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
I think the inspiration mostly comes from different parts of life, honestly. Like every song has a different inspiration source, and that is the truth. I mean, I can make it sound like this person inspired me or that person inspired me, but that can be the case for a song or two. It's like whatever you are at, wherever you are at, a song can get inspiration from any part of you or any person or any just event, and that is the case with Unse Jaake Kehdo as well.
Okay, and many would say, look, it's not the era of deep and soulful songs, and both your songs, Chor as well as Unse Jaake Kehdo, are somewhere, on those lines. They are soulful, they've got depth, they've got layers, as you were saying. So, what would you say to them that, look, this is not the era, they say, of deep and soulful songs?
Right.
What is your message to all those who believe that?
I don't have any message to them, because if they believe that then good for them, because I am not here trying to prove a point, and that is, like I told you initially, that my excitement or my joy lies in the uncovering of truth within myself or the chasing of magic within myself. That is for me the driving force, because I don't focus too much on what people are saying or what the market is expecting, because that is not joyous enough for me, that is not rewarding enough for me to spend time in like my laboratory as such of music and figuring out a song and figuring out different parts of it. For me it has always been about what do I want to express, and I genuinely believe if I continue on that path, I can easily do this for a very long period of time. And I have observed that with all the greats who have stood the test of time, especially some of the musicians that I have liked who've been able to sustain a career of say 40 years or 35, 50 years. Most of them, the only constant pattern is that the expression is their truth. And I have decided to follow that path. So whether that is the trend today or not is not something that is in my control or anybody's control, because nobody really knows what works.
Right.
The trends keep on changes every 2 months, every 3 months. So you can't just walk that circus, because it would eventually then for me that won't work at all. That there is no joy in doing that.
Right. Lastly, just before we do the quick rapid fire with you
Yeah,
at the
sure.
end, would you agree that the Indian music industry is going through a transformative phase altogether? Many say it's all about high profile collaborations now, an industry that is now demanding long-term brand building and first conquering the home market before going truly global. And are those your plans then?
I personally can tell you that I have no plans. That is the truth, because I don't have any plans as such. All I know is that I want to go with the flow. I want to keep on uncovering my truth and expressing myself through my music, and wherever that journey has to take me will take me. Like I don't have any plan that this is where I want to reach or that is where I want to reach. I just want to be true to my art. And with regards to the other part of your question, I think for sure we are in a transformative period of the music industry. The fact that I am sitting here with you having this conversation just reflects that here is an artist who is expressing himself, and he has he is finding an audience and they are listening to him. I think that wouldn't have been the case like say 5 years or 10 years ago. So right now there is definitely a full journey or full transformative period happening. A lot of it has to do with the internet and the advent of streaming services, the advent of YouTube and so many places where you can just go out and express yourself, and if there is an audience who wants to connect to that sort of music, they would find you. So for sure.
Right, and take us through your transformation. You said you've had a journey also from Chor to Unse Jaake Kehdo. You've had a personal journey that you've gone through. So what have you gone through over this time?
Like I'll tell you a very honest truth about it. So when Chor worked, right, I've always been very confident about myself and my art, and I still am, and I feel that I am going to have a good impact in the music industry of the country, and I'm going to have like I am going to put out like really good music. I am committed to that cause. So when Chor happened, a few things changed in my life in the sense that for the first time in my life there came some money, because I was literally without any major money or without any money for a good number of years. And so when Chor happened, there was money, there was like a little bit of fame. So I wanted to go deeper into myself and analyze those things, because I cannot work on things with my eyes closed. I am not one of those people, because I believe that if I want to play this game for the next 30 or 40 years, till the very day I'm alive, I need to be very comfortable with everything that comes around with the territory. So if I grow as an artist, I am assuming that the fame and money and everything would increase. So I wanted to take time off. I wanted to reflect on those things. I wanted to go deeper and spend time with myself on what do I want to do. And that was a very important last year for me, to figure out myself, to figure out, go deeper into my own truths, and figure out answers to that question, and also understand the nature of fame, understand the nature of money, understand how fickle and cyclical they are, and just to go deeper into like this voice within me. And yeah, so the last year has been a full journey for me in a lot of respect, with regards to understanding who I am, and with regards to understanding where I want to go, what I want to do, things like that.
All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing all of that with us. And, you know,
you.
before we wrap, of course, we had our in-house survey in a sense. And this is really the rapid fire that your viewers, your audiences, your fans have. So we will quickly ask you the rapid fire questions that they have. They say in Unse Jaake Kehdo, the line that's most personal for you is?
I think every line is very personal for me. I have not written a line that is that I've written for the sake of it. I believe in every line. But the starting point of the song for me was the main line, "Unse jaake keh do is dil ko istemal na kare." So that line is for me very, very special, because it's a very straight up line. And then obviously the lines after that, like "lete jis ret pe hai usse hi diwar na bhare." So it's like every line there is some texture to it, some character to it, which feels very authentic to me. So every line I really like every line of the song.
Right, and your fans and your audiences believe that, you know, this song is about heartbreak. And who is Unse then in this song, they want to know?
Unse can be anybody for the audience. For me, who Unse is, I would never reveal. But I would say that for the audience, anybody can be their Unse. And actually, it's a very simple Unse. It's not like, there is not much complication in this song in that sense. It's a very like simple to take song, and you can relate to any part of your life wherever you are at. I think an Unse for a person can be their lover, can be a person, a friend, can be a thought, can be a memory, can be anything for a person. I think wherever, however a person wants to relate to that song, they would be able to relate to it. I believe that for sure.
Okay, so they should relate to it the way they want to is what you always believe, and you have told us that. So Benny wanted to ask you that, look, is this a glimmer of hope that you see in yourself and then in the person coming next in your life? So your audiences have analyzed it like that, and you want to leave their analysis?
For sure, like that I can say, like I am a hopeful person, like, and hopeful not at the expense of not at the expense of not accepting the reality that is. So even if there is pain, I look at hope.
Right.
I look at hope and not from a fake lens. So definitely there is hope. And like I say in the song, कि सवेरा आने वाला है, सवेरा आने वाला है. I believe that. I believe that for myself, and I believe that for the entire consciousness of the country and the world.
How wonderful, and no better note to really end this interaction on. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts
thank you,
and for
thank you.
joining us for this
Thank you so
exclusive
much.
interaction.
Thank you for.